Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market. And before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and 3 days of live trading, check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it. Dow is up 0.15%, Nasdaq up 0.35%, S&P going flat, and Russell down 0.84%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. On top, we got technology leading the way, consumer cyclical, communication services, basic materials. Lagging behind, utilities, real estate, energy, healthcare, financial, and consumer defensive. Week to date performance right here, you can see because of that rate cut next year, we got real estate on top, basic materials, industrials, consumer cyclical, financial, technology, healthcare, energy, consumer defensive, utilities, and then communication services on bottom. And what we have here on stock market map, we got Tesla up 0.98%, Amazon up 1.73%, Meta going up 0.5%, Google going up 0.5%, Nvidia again up 1.12%, and then we got Microsoft also going up 1.31%, Apple staying flat. But let me show you guys some of these names right here that are extremely overbought, and there is no signs of any pullback anytime soon. The first one on the list, Boeing right here, and you can see it was up 3.13% in last 4 to 5 years. I don't think I have seen Boeing RSI going above 92. This thing is extremely overbought, trading above upper Bollinger Band and still going. There is no signs of any pullback right here on Boeing. And then we have Costco. They actually had earnings on Thursday night, and this thing also extremely overbought. And on top of that, it was up on Friday 4.45%, I think going all the way up to 660. So that is just insane. And then we have big bank right here, JPM, also overextended, nothing pulling back, and everything just going straight up. And that means one thing, something big is coming, and that is coming next year, guys. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things right here on X. Now, talking about Boeing, and you can see clearly on my screen, RSI getting above 92 off the page, and Boeing is still going straight up without a pullback for 48 days now. Now also, if you look at my screen, we got bear bull sentiment right here, and 51.3% are now bullish here in this market, pretty much at all-time highs, and only 19.3% are bearish here in this market. So whenever you see something like this, something big is coming, and that's coming next year. Definitely not before Christmas. So if you're shorting the market, definitely buy some time. And it's really difficult to short this market right now because things are just pushing and pushing higher. The biggest position you can have right now, cash. And also just day trade in and out. Do not hold anything too long overnight, because if everything pulls back, whole market coming down, guess what? It does not matter. If you're buying something with bull flag or whatever breakout pattern, everything will come back and get crushed. Now look at this one here, BPSPX, RSI now cranking up above 88, and that is extreme. Last time we saw that here, but it got up to 83, 80-ish right here, and then we saw a big pullback. But look at this one for last 3 weeks. Extremely overbought, and no signs of any pullback right here on BPSPX. And now let's have a look at SPY ETF. On SPY ETF, it's down 0.16%, and if you look at my screen, we do have strong support now right up here, 467, and that's gonna be a key level to watch going into Monday. And below 467, you want to watch 465 to 460 all the way down here, and this is gonna be where this thing actually broke out. So on a pullback, 460, that's gonna be a strong support. Now below 460, we have rising 20-day moving average right here, 458.63, and only below this level right here, you're going to see a dump off down to 453 and possibly down to even 450 at some point. Now spike and hold right here, and things can stay overbought. Right here, 467, then watch out for a push all the way up to 475, and that's gonna be a big resistance to break on SPY right here at 475. On Triple Q, it's up 0.48%, and this one getting down to 403.57. And if you look at my screen, now we do have support at 404, and then down here 400, and just below that we have this gap 398.79. So these are going to be strong support levels to watch going into Monday. Now, Triple Q can hold 404. Then watch out for a push all the way up to that previous all-time high, 408. And that's going to be massive right here. And if you look at my screen, that was that previous all-time high right here, 408.71. And this thing staying above 404. Definitely that is on the card. And yes, BP, NDX also overbought, and you can see this one here just going straight up. Where do you see a pullback? I would not even call these any pullbacks right here. Some red candles, it was barely down on the day, and they actually bought up the dip right here. This was a dip, and you can see how they actually bought that dip right here, and this thing went straight up from 383 all the way up to 406.54, and not to mention we gapped up here. This gap is fully closed, but we also gapped up right here, 398.79. So on a pullback, you want to watch 404, 400, 398.79, and below that, watch out for this support down here, 393. On Dow Jones ETF DIA, it's down 0.19%, and it's holding above 370 right here. And 5-day moving average right here, this blue line moved up, sitting really close to 370. So on a pullback, this is going to be a big support to watch, 370. And just below that, we also have support down here, 367. And then watch out for 364.40 all the way down to this support down here, 360. Now, if this thing somehow gets a pullback, it's going straight up. You can see, even on Qs, we saw a bit of a pullback, nothing big, but this one here just going straight up, non-stop. And last whole week, this thing was going up. So on a pullback, you want to watch 370, 367, and then 364.40. And below that, watch out for 360. To the upside, as long as DIA can hold 370, the next stop, 376. On IWM, it's down 0.84%, and on Friday, we actually shorted IWM right here on top, and this thing definitely paid. I got 100% on IWM and got out for a nice, juicy profit, because you can see this thing cannot get above 200. And also, it's getting really overextended to the upside. It's trading above upper Bollinger Band, which is sitting at 196, and IWM was trading at almost 200 on Friday, and on Thursday hitting 200. So going into next week, to the upside, you want to watch 198, 200, and then 202 resistance here on IWM. And on a pullback, you want to watch if this thing gets a pullback all the way down to this gap right here, 193.64, and that would be a dip buy right here on IWM. And below that, IWM will also have support right down here, and that is going to be around 190. On VIX, it's down 1.60%, and this thing cannot even get a bounce. And you can clearly see, this thing at a multi-year low and just staying there between $12 and $13, not even getting that breakout above 13. So until you see a spike above 13, this thing definitely not going anywhere. And above 13, watch out for a move up to 1365, upper Bollinger Band, and then 15. Below 13, definitely support down here, 11.92 right here, and that's going to be a level to watch on a pullback. And there isn't actually any support down here, because this thing, you can see clearly, just selling off and going down But if we go back and look at this weekly chart, you can see it's actually at a multi-year low, and that is why if you're going long here in this market, you're taking a lot of risk right now. And if this thing spikes back up on any news or just profit taking, you're going to see a lot of things coming down really quickly. So the dollar going up 0.63% and dollar just getting a dead cat bounce. And why? If you look at my screen, it was getting really oversold, hitting lower Bollinger Band on Thursday and on Friday off of the support just below 102. And you can clearly see 102 where this lower Bollinger Band is sitting, and this is where this thing is finding support. So you want to watch 102 and then all the way down here 99.58 to the upside. Dollar can hold 102, then watch out for a breakout above 5-day moving average right here, 102.98, or I would say 103, and then above 103 watch out for 103.58, and then clearly a breakout all the way up to 104.48, and this is where this thing will look bullish right here above 104.48. On TNX, absolutely flat on the day, and we got a doji indecision candle on Friday, and it's holding above 38.80 right here, and that's gonna be a key level to watch going into Monday. Now also it's getting really oversold, and if we get a bounce off of this level also at daily 200 SMA right here, so this is where this thing can bounce. And if this thing actually gets that bounce next week, watch out for the resistance right here at 40, and above 40 things will look like this thing bottoming out right here, and this thing can move even higher, and this could be more than a dead cat bounce. This thing can go all the way up to this high around 43 and possibly up to even 43.71 only if we get a bounce off of this level daily 200 SMA 38.80.